What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to predict/talk about Capcom's presentation at E3 2021. So we've done this for pretty much all of the big players. There may be one or two that I've kind of inadvertently left out just because I don't know their situation, I guess, at E3. But I'm going to leave a playlist at the end of this video where I've talked about everything E3. I have made individual videos as well, including one on Resident Evil. So if you guys want me to just talk about Resident Evil when it comes to Capcom, I did make that video already. But again, for this one, I kind of want to put it all together and talk about a couple other things, as well as I will bring up Resident Evil here because it will be, I think, a really big thing that they show at Capcom's E3. Okay, so if you guys do like that stuff, make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on, leave a like. We'll definitely be covering the Capcom event, whether it's co-streaming it or whether it's videos right afterwards. There'll definitely be content on this channel on Capcom, so again, make sure the bell icon definitely helps, right, because of notifications and all that. And final thing, if you guys want to subscribe to my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, it's definitely more of me, right? It's an additional video a day I do over there. Links in the description below. But honestly, again, being like flat out, blatant with you, that channel is going to be very important as well when it comes to E3. There's going to be a lot of things happening. I can't put all the videos I want to on this channel. I can't do like 6, 7, 8 videos a day here, so I can put some of them on that channel. So again, Podcast Now Plus, links in the description if you guys want to find me over there as well. Okay. So it's probably best to start with Resident Evil. That's what I think everybody probably comes for. And no, to be honest, it really will be, I think, the biggest thing that they do at E3. So, again, it's kind of a predictions. It's kind of me just analyzing if things will or won't be there. Okay, so don't take it too seriously. I want Village DLC. We've talked about that before, right? I'm not 100% sold on it being there, although it absolutely makes sense. Like, if you're gonna do Village DLC, this is the place to do it. If you don't do it here, I'm gonna start believing that it doesn't exist. And maybe it does, and maybe they surprise us in August or September and they say, yeah, DLC is coming, this holiday. And they could definitely do that. But I think if you look at just the history with what they did with 7, and a lot of people are pointing this out, they announced the DLC for 7 3 days after the game came out. We're beyond that point now, so, them going to E3 is a big deal. I would personally wait for E3 too if I were them. Like, I wouldn't have done it right after. I would wait as well, so I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just, if it's not there now, I don't necessarily think it exists. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either, because there's a lot more Resident Evil coming. So, DLC for Village, 50-50. If it happens, I won't be shocked. I'll be happy, very happy, but I won't be shocked. And then if it doesn't happen, I also probably wouldn't be all that shocked, okay? Resident Evil Outrage, that's obviously the next one. I do think we get it. And I do think, in terms of, like, when I say get, I mean, like, we get a fair amount of it. Because, again, and I made a video specifically on these two things, by the way, remember. And in that video and here, I'll say, that game, remember, is kind of like Revelations 3. It's going to be a Switch exclusive, at least a timed exclusive, from what I've personally seen online, okay? And that Capcom at least wanted it, to come out basically this fall, or this holiday season. So, if that has been delayed, definitely possible, but I still think we get a fair amount of it. Like, I think we see it. I think we see a trailer. I think we see possibly a release date. If it does come out this fall, I do think they give a release date at E3, okay? So I think that's there. Final thing, Resident Evil, I do think they'll give us a tease at 4. Now, the thing with 4, remember when the Capcom leak happened that said, all those dates, all the years and the quarters that they wanted these games to come out in. The plan was to have 4's remake come out next year. But remember, there was kind of internal drama where the game switched developers kind of halfway through. And because of that, it's very much believed the game's delayed. So the game probably doesn't come out till 2023. Now, I don't know if everybody knows that. And it's very possible it's not. I mean, if you don't want to believe it, that's fine. But I personally do. And I just, I wanted to make that known in case anybody missed out on it. So, to say they have to, I don't think they have to, right? Because if it doesn't come out next year, if it comes out 2 years from now, that's quite a while to tease it and then say, okay, see you in 2 years. You know what I mean? Could it happen? Absolutely. Do I kind of expect it? Almost. I don't think it's a very small tease is all that bad. I mean, everybody knows it's happening at this point, right? It's not even that much of a surprise to, like, oh my God, they're remaking 4. It's like, who actually doesn't know that? I think a lot of people do know that, okay? Now, maybe not everybody, but that one's almost a 50-50 thing, because I think it would be a slam dunk, and it's very easy to literally just have the title, maybe have somebody talk in the background, like have like a 30-second dialogue thing going on. You could easily do that. The question is, how long has it been internally delayed? If it's too far away, do they even care to show it, or do they just focus on Outrage, right? Because you could just do that. You could just focus on Outrage and then focus on 4 later, which is kind of how they've done all the other Resident Evil games, okay? So that's another one. Another one I want to throw out, there's actually 2 more in all. Dragon's Dogma 2. Now, I've been a fan of Dragon's Dogma for a while in terms of like supporting the game like from afar. So I did play it and I did enjoy it, but I didn't get all that far in it, much like 95% of the other games that I play in my life. I play it a little bit, I enjoy my time, I should beat it, but I just never do. But I understand how big of a following that game has. I love it. I love the fact that it has that. Remember, again, let's go back to that Capcom leak. The leaked documents, this is inside Capcom, what they were planning was Q2 2022. So like this time next year, this game would have released. Now, do we add 6 months to that because of delays and stuff like that? You could, but still, I do think it releases next year. Okay? So with that being said, do we see it this year? I think we should. I think we should see at least a teaser. And so that's something that I would say I'm expecting. Again, flat out honest with you, I don't have too much I can say about it because, like, I love the fact that it's happening. This one I will play, okay? Hopefully all the way through. But this one I really will support. The first one I didn't really as much as I could have or should have. So I don't have too much to say about it. And speaking about games that I respect, but I have nothing to say about it, Street Fighter 6. So I know people have been asking me in comments to talk about this game, or do you think this game or this game will, stuff like that. I do believe it. So again, one more time back to the leaked documents, Q3 2022. So this is a game they were planning between June and September of next year. Again, does that get pushed a little bit? Sure, but is this a different kind of game than Resident Evil and Dragon's Dogma? Yes. Kind of builds out their portfolio, right? I do think they would also announce this game. I would say any game that's like a year to year and a half away is probably fair game for Capcom to announce. Again, I wish I could talk about Street Fighter. I got to be even more honest with you guys. I really have no interest in covering Street Fighter when it gets announced or when the game comes out. Fighting games are easily towards the bottom of my interest. However, I have played games like Mortal Kombat, Injustice, basically NetherRealm games. I suck at Tekken. I suck at Street Fighter, Soul Calibur. They're all games I respect, and I know they have fans, a lot of fans, and I'm very happy about that, but I can't get into them. I can't really talk about them, so I do predict that it'll be there. I do think it'll be there, but I don't really have anything else to say about it. You guys can let me know, and maybe if it's popular enough, I can cover it. Maybe it'll be the first Street Fighter game I ever play. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Anything else you think will be there? Do you think some of the stuff I said that maybe won't be there? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on. Again, subscribe to the second channel. Going to be very important this E3 week so you guys can keep up, because I'm going to be doing lots of videos in both places. So you guys, just so that I don't get basically people saying, oh, Alex, why didn't you cover this? It's like, well, I did. It's just on the second channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed there as well, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope to see you all on the next video.